And we're back, now with more Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. And first, I realize I'm placed in a spot that is going... There we go. This way I don't block any health gauges or magic gauges or, you know, anything like that. Okay, oh wait. Hold on, we'll just get into the game first. Now, we last left off in... No, we last finished the boss in Orlox's quarters, and then I went to the Colosseum because I was like, oh, it's just one more secret, just one more secret. It's the whole thing about this game, just one more secret. And it just keeps pulling. Okay, I think a better place for me will actually be in the... up here. That way, because there's stuff on the left I realized from my last session that I was blocking. Usually it's like enemy names or something. Okay. But now, we're good. Everything is all set finally. It's here. Level. Whoop. Nope. Levels are a bit too loud. Sorry for this. I had this written down 22. No. 16, 19, 20, 22. There! Now it's not overwhelming. Okay, we're finally set. Took us long enough. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Now I got that last secret. And now, yes. Looks like we did do the vast majority of Orlox's quarters. So there's only... No, wait, that's in the middle. We can't get that one yet. Though we could get the right-hand path if we just had the clock. Which, I suppose... No, we could get that, because we've got the form of bat. But, the first thing we need to do is take that to the library, I believe. Yeah, there's some stuff to solve there. Then I can finish out the clock tower. And then we can do the rest of the catacombs because I've got the thing that'll get the switch that will summon that ape skeleton with the explosive barrel that I remember lamenting couldn't figure out where the hell he went. Alex says, hope you had some nice lunch. I did, Alex. Thank you very much. Delicious. Well, not as delicious as this game's soundtrack. God. You know what? I will keep that, because... Yeah, if I just go down, I can open that other side with this stopwatch. They're great. They're all bark until you get up close, and then they just cower so you can punch them in the butt. It's easier just to backslide sometimes. I mean, not unlike Ocarina of Time. Link's got that little hop that helps speedrunners get everywhere. Now you open that one. I can't remember. There's a... Yeah, the cart shield. Not the card shield. That's a shit shield. All joke armor that sucks. But we got a heart max out of it, so that's not so bad. But what else we can get, more importantly, since we've got the form of bat, is we can go up here. And we can choose any weapon we please. Well, that's the way it is in the inverted castle. Oh, that's stuff that the fairy familiar can use. Of course, we'll have to find the fairy. Oop, what do we got? Yes! Oh, the gravity boots are so good. Now I can do this, like, straight-up leap. And just keep going indefinitely. There is no height I cannot reach. Even from, like, mid-air. And just keep going. These things rule. Ah, hey, come on now. Alright, maybe... No, I do need to get back up in there. That is the quickest warp to get me to where I need to get. So I guess we wait patiently for the minute hand to shift a little bit more for this one to open back up. Usually it opens when everything reaches any 5-minute position, just as long as it's at one of the numbers. Tick-tock, tick-tock. When seconds feel like eternity. Come on. I swear it works this way. There we go. It wouldn't have been uncommon for the game to immediately make a liar out of me either. It's like, oh, you say it happens this way? Well, guess what, chump? They do not like that flail. Now you're... Nope. You're a dead end. It's up one more. To get that sweet, sweet warp zone we want. Just crumble. These jewel knuckles are just so rude. And they're not even the most deadly thing in the game. Wait. Just wait until much later, and I find a weapon called the Chrysogrim. That sword deals unbelievable amounts of damage. And unlike every other weapon in the game, or most of them anyway, you don't have to stop for the weapon to be used. Like, you just keep walking while you're cutting. You become a walking blender. Now we'll get that last bit in the library. Then those open spaces in the clock tower. Ah! You're exactly one of those things I'm looking for. That's what's going to open up the rest of the catacombs. Alright, yes, we just get that last little bit. I don't even think there's anything really that worthwhile apart from general completion. But you know why that's actually important? Is because of the walk armor. You can make that the best armor in the game if you're thorough enough. It being, you know, based on... its effectiveness being based on your map percentage completion. So, you know, there's incentive. Even more so if you know how to break the game at all. For instance, pulling off a glitch called the Sword Brothers glitch, which involves using the sword familiar and a bunch of nonsense. But if you can get it to work, you can force yourself out of bounds and still get more map percentage than you could ever possibly get otherwise. Which, yes, makes the walk armor even stronger. Up you go. Well, fancy that. Fairy... Oh, now I got the fairy familiar. Which means those life apples and stuff will actually work. Because those are things you can't use normally. You actually need the familiar to use them for you. But life apples, they're basically like free resurrects. You know, you die, and then she uses a life apple, and it's like, oh, well, now I'm back to normal. Go away, books. I shall not take your foul word papers. Alright, yes, we're done here. Time for the clock tower. God, this soundtrack. And up we go. Then we can just warp down to where we need to be to get the rest of the catacombs. Thank goodness for all those warp points. And these Axe Knights just crumbling now. I'm only like level, what, 20... 24. I'll be given due challenges in due time. Not that the clock tower wasn't a horrifying gauntlet, but when isn't the clock tower a horrifying gauntlet? I better save. I mean, there's a save point up there, so it just seems foolish not to, right? Because, you know, the one time I wouldn't remember to do that would be the time I get totally just BTFO'd by something. Love the guitar on this music. Alright, up we go. Pretty sure that's the cross? Oh, I don't have the fire yet. Yes! Now, for some reason, Alucard can't just throw it the way Richter can, like a boomerang. He can only use the item crash of it, which is like a screen-clearing thing. There's the fire of Bat. Alright, map. How can we fill you in best? One skim along the top. With one sick-ass moon. Thank God I got shitloads of magic points. Ah, yes, then you would be under. And now we just fill you up. And we can avoid most... Ooh. Well, that was a cool bunch of stuff. Okay, hold on. What do we got here? Crystal Cloak, Gold Plate. We got Ice Mail. Oh. It's the same. But it defends against ice. Well, if I come up to an ice-based enemy, I'll know what I have. I want to get those candles, but every fireball costs a bunch of magic points. I'm obviously not quite ready to spend those yet. Since this for Tears of the Kingdom, I just pull out my glider. No big deal. Now that is completely open. Time for some catacombs. We'll worry about the rest of the castle keep when we actually get what we need from there. And by that I mean an item for there. An item that you need to get to the true last boss. But that's okay. We know what they are, and more importantly, where they are. Oh hey, fog. Love the randomly changing weather here. Thank you. Instant refill. And now down to Elevator Town. Damn it. You're the elevator, right? Yes, you are. No. That might be closer. Oh, but then I'll be missing out on that whole boss. Or maybe I can get that on the way back. You know what? We'll go from here. Oh, wait, there is stuff we can do in this area now, too, though. So that would be helpful. Also, this fucking music. Any chance to hear this again. Love this. Yeah, we can get a bunch of shit here. Including that one secret that, wait. No, I can't get that yet. I need to be able to hold my form of mist. And maybe we wait on those. Oh, fuck. Whatever. Stop planning, just play. Castlevania. How wrong could you possibly go? Even when you choose the wrong way, you're having a great time. I'm not losing my cross, thank you. That was difficult to get. No, we're not getting you yet. Oh, what? Come on! We can get this, however. Gurkha, eh? No match for the Knuckles. Blade, we've been through this in Orlox's quarters. Oh, you got some shit to say. I should have led with the Star Flail. No. I will take that, thank you. I genuinely don't remember what I unlock up here. Well, I mean, that's always good. They did take a bunch from me. Let's find out. Well, if anything, we're getting a good deal of hearts, which is good. Because as you can see, the cross is expensive. Holy mail. Okay. I thought that was Spikebreaker armor at first glance. Because, you know, the pauldrons were pointy. I'm gonna say, we don't get that here. Cool if we did. But not the case. No. That's what you think. Take that, bitch. No match for that. Winter says, I thought it was too. Yeah, and weren't you also like, wait a minute, what the fuck? We're not supposed to get that here. Also, welcome back, Winters. Great to have you as always. And then they became oatmeal. God, I can't wait to find a Chrysogrim. And oh, we're getting one. In fact, we might even get two. Because I remember last Symphony stream, someone asked, why on earth would you get two? And I don't think I accurately conveyed the amount of damage that can possibly be done with two of these fucking swords. Have you ever tried going through the spike without the bat's sonar? I did it once. Never again. We had the same experience, my man. Tried so much, but it just... Like, eventually, even if you get, like, a good way in, you touch one of them and you're just bouncing around until you're dead. So I was like, nope. No thanks. You can have it. What are you? Large heart? Oh, whatever. It's stuff. We could still use it. Gotta keep our weirdly holy power strong. Money, heart, good. More heart. Alright, now we're off to the catacombs. Love how immediately they just fall to the flail. Or it's probably just because I'm level 24 now. I just remember when they took, you know, 2 hits. Oh, come on now. Tell them about the Sword of Dawn, too. That thing is so cool. Oh, man, I remember finding that. That's a sword you get in the Inverted Castle. And the coolest shit is, it also has, like, fighting game inputs for more magic attacks. And one of them summons a shitload of, like, projectile-throwing angry people. It's such a cool sword. It becomes a well-used weapon once I get it. So, have no fear. It will be seen. Must keep cross. Can't wait to get my friggin' first my whatever it is, my hold of mist or whatever allows me to keep that form. And then be a poison gas cloud. Finally just take out all the rudeness that these enemies inflict on you. Now, wait, I've gone too far. Catacombs are gotten from one deck lower. So, to hell with you guys. Just not even gonna be fussed with it this time. And down we go here. now, from here, we basically find the foot of the waterfall and just go straight up. The other option would have been to loop around from the top, fall down, and come all the way here. But, you know, we were kind of like equilaterally far away. Doesn't take that long to get there. See, we're already at the waterfall. And there we go. Something appeared near the wooden bridge, meaning one of those things, which means we're about to open a bridge. But first... yeah, let's... Maybe no. Maybe I'll wait till I'm a little bit strong. Well, no. We probably could have done that fight a while ago. Wait, I've got the holy symbol. I can get that now. Yoink! I barely use those things. Even though they are, like, really useful. More screen clearing stuff. Very useful if you don't happen to be carrying a cross. Yeah, that's the bridge that needs to go. But there's a boss just around the corner that I want to have some words with first. I don't remember if they leave me anything particularly useful. But hey, XP. Up. Nope, next one over. There we go. No. The watch is not nearly as useful as the cross. Winter says, yeah, we hardly ever used any of the throwing items, etc. Always forgetting about them, honestly. Yeah, like occasionally I'd think of them like if I was in a real spot, but that didn't happen very often. Of course, you know, then that's when I learned about things like neutron bombs, and then get disappointed with how ineffective so many of them are. Though the Power of Sire is a really, really good screen clearing one, particularly if you're able to combine it with a duplicator. That's even more disgusting than 2 Chrysogrims. And now doing all at the same time, now that's just a war crime. An excellent one. Meal tickets. Generate random food item. Always annoying when it's just like, I wanted a peanut. Okay, we'll do the... Isn't one of you an actual save? Yes. Then the nightmare save. Because, boy, that'd be something. Going all this way on a detour, and then just getting got. It's happened. It'll probably happen again on this stream. He slept in the wrong coffin.
Mother!
That voice! Alucard, it's you!
I'm coming, Mother! I'll save you!
No, Alucard! Don't come here!
But, Mother!
It's all right.
Oh,
If
that
my
background
death
is
can
so
save
sick
others,
in the Succubus
I'd
event.
gladly
Yeah, isn't it
surrender
though?
my life.
I love the way what they've done with the colors.
Mother, no! Please, no!
Yes, Alucard. Watch me die, and remember always my last words to you.
Yes, Mother.
You must despise humans. They are to be your prey.
What?
Better
What?
for them to die than to let them compound their sins. Begin by slaying that one over there.
No, it wasn't like this.
What's wrong? Alucard.
My mother never said such a thing.
What do you mean? Kill them and bring them happiness.
No, you're not my mother. What kind of demon are you?
You broke free of my spell. I like that.
Demon. Death is too good for you.
Come here, little boy, and show me what you've got.
Oh, hey, it's that one boss music that I don't like. Low-key, she a dumbass. Yeah, she is. But she just got punched in the
I smell
face.
your blood. You're a vampire? Could it be?
You didn't
That's
choose your
fake.
victim carefully.
Beauty, you're the son of Lord Dracula.
Death in the dream world will set your soul wandering for eternity, demon.
Wait, I beg of you.
Voice acting. No notes. Seriously, I love it. Now, I'm pretty sure that... Yep. That was one of the quest essential items. And now, all we need is the Spike Breaker armor to open up a hallway in the chapel, which will give us access to the other ring, which will open up a path to the relic we need to do that fight, the real way, to get the good ending. One of them, anyway. She's a goddamn succubus! She sure was. Wasn't a very good one. Wait, I beg of you, insert worst possible scream of agony. It was the style at the time. I mean, Lord knows I'll never forget the original Resident Evil for a lot of those same reasons. This house, there are terrible demons. Ouch! Or there's one zombie cry in in the hallway with the bent stairway. And he's on the upper level, and when you kill him, he has like the longest death rattle. He's like... It's just like, holy fuck, are you dead or what? This is the most inconvenient... Take that. I'm gonna punch you right in your frog ass. So much detail in the parallax backgrounds. Like the farther back stuff. Alright, Mr. Skelebone. Come open the catacomb and show us some more fucking sick music. Alright, we did that wrong. I gotta lure him. The Hypnotoad! Thankfully, he doesn't seem to be using his powers on us. Come on. A little bit closer. Alright, you should be good. Fire away. I'll take that. And that. I've never seen that animation before. That's cool. I didn't know they grabbed like that. He didn't like getting punched in the dick, though. Whatever the dick bone is on a skeleton. Love this track. Oh yes, definitely save. I can't remember if No. Cerberus is here, but he's later. Don't you dare leave without your cross. We would really like to have that when fighting against Grand Falloon. Who I think, Oh, no, he was here. Well, that sure was good of you, Cerberus. You were not much of a good guard dog. Bless those jewel knuckles. Wait. Familiars. Will the fairy hit that switch? I know the goblin does. Let's turn on the fairy. Hey, I said turn on the fairy. Oops. That's fairy scroll. I needed the fairy card. There you are. Not even a wiggle? No interest? Okay, so only the goblin operates that switch. Very good. Off you go! Sword card wouldn't do it. Well, we'll find it on the way back. Ah, duck and cover, that always wins. Truly. Like I was finding in my last stream, but everyone's largest vulnerability was getting punched in the dick repeatedly by jewel knuckles. Only the imp does. Yep, I eventually figured that out. Woo! So many doors and fuck. No! Now I'm stuck with this stupid thing? Oh. Oh, that's cruel. That is cruel, and I know they did that on purpose. What is that? Goddamn things. Dan turns on fairies, all right. Yes, the other way was the save panel, but warping is equally important. The great fairies, especially. With great power comes great responsibility. This stupid throwing diamond. I want my cross back. You're not a save point. Demon card. You're the guy, aren't you? Bingo! All right. We're just gonna go right back up and get that secret now. You can be a fairy, or you can be a queen. Well, since we're in Canada, I guess that means it's gotta be a queen. Get it?
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
Oh, this game. Seeing you bounce that item around has got my ball pit itching. I totally understand. God, that game is so hard to put down. Who now? Crushed again. Now that will just turn you off. That's a voice actor. Jesus. Isn't it something? Like, it's really something. Ooh, yes, the Ring of Ares. I would definitely like that. Hell yeah, give me the strength of 24 men. Knuckles win again. Just unstoppable. And the thing is, the redub that they did of this, it's still not good, in my opinion. But it's boring compared to this. Like, this is so fun. The ham that is being served with these voices. But the redub, it's so serious and dreary. Nobody's having fun. Don't like it. And that's why I stick with my PS1 original. Wow. This cave has been just booting my ass. Now you're a save point, right? Right? No. Karma coin. Combat knife. That's not a very good weapon. Karma coins are so iffy. Because they've got a half and half chance of doing something good or awful. There's a certain charm to the no-budget, awful voice acting of the early 90s, early 2000s era gaming now. Absolutely there is. Just as Winter says, stop it! Don't open that door! We're just like, human beings don't talk this way, but it's so fucking good. Charming is exactly the right word, Phil. Exactly the right word. They sucked the charm out of it with the new dub. Which is why, even if they did make it available on Steam, I probably wouldn't buy it. I think the Spike Breaker stuff... I can't remember if I get it this way or I need it this way. Okay, well that just made it up. Bloodstone, is that useful? Improves blood healing ability. That could mean anything. Oh wait, no, I didn't buy that spell, so... I didn't just perform it either. I remember another one of my charmed favorites, Star Fox Adventures. You'll pay this much. Everything's so over the top. There's nothing here. This dude just running the fuck away. Okay, good. Now they die in 2 hits. That level up was quite needed. Ow! Fine then. No topic in the autistic world of Nintendo debate is the newest Pokemon game lacking voice actors, despite all the characters acting with their mouths moving. Oh, the development of Pokemon sure does keep going. That's really all we can say there. That is a product that keeps being created and keeps getting sold. Does that Moonstone up your stats? It did on my last playthrough rather than the Sunstone. I did not check, actually. Improved status after wow, okay. That is a big improvement. Cool. Thanks for pointing that out, Winters. I wouldn't have gone back. If we could have terrible, cheap voice acting in the 90s, we should have terrible, cheap voice acting now. I agree. I agree. I want my charming voices that don't cost a bajillion dollars. Make development small again. Put us back with these loving, focused teams. What's that other thing back there? Phil says, the voice acting in Star Fox Adventure isn't bad. I never said it was bad. I said it was... I did not say bad. I said it was over the top. And that it definitely is. Annoying, yes. I wouldn't even go that far. I mean, Tricky was annoying, but I don't think that was down to his actor. But it's not bad like it used to have in these old Japanese games. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, I know exactly, like, there's a certain range of sounds that those actors make. That's, it's a bit much sometimes. It's a bit much. I get that. You're welcome. Me, king of shirts. Good. I thought he was going to take more punishment. You, I forgot, actually lunged. But you're completely inconsequential. Take that, hobo. Loss off. They sound gross. Don't even really know what they are apart from like lantern-carrying weirdos. Pokemon development is small, but they still charge AAA, the biggest media franchise in the world, and they won't pay for voice acting. It really is a noodle scratcher. I mean, I guess that's one way to ensure that you're not spending more so that your game is consistently profitable. But, you know, on that side, I'm so shocked that even though they went ahead and released, like, Pokemon Yellow, right? Incorporating elements from the show. I'm surprised that they didn't do that, like, again, but include the show's cast. And, like, have, like, an acted Ash, Misty, James, Jesse, etc. And the time to do that was before many of those actors died. Though, actually, I'm still pretty sure that most G1ers would eat that up. Kanto remake fully voiced. They did that in Pokemon Puzzle League. Well, look, I've never played that. I don't know why you'd expect me to. But I mean a mainline game, not a puzzle spin-off or anything like that. I mean an actual, honest-to-God mainline game. Or, you know what? Why wasn't that the case for Let's Go? That seems like a missed opportunity. I keep telling you, he's 76 years old and he's dead. Now that's the thing. That's why that didn't happen with Let's Go. It's just like I just said, you know? Many of them were dead. Or are dead. Not were. Getting back up, getting their jobs back. Shit. Oh, good. Walk armor. Exactly. Now, how powerful are you right now? Bigger than the gold plate? You're exactly as big. Let's fill you in a bit more. Then we'll switch to you. Hey, Pharaoh, what's going on, man? Congrats on beating Zero Mission. Woo! Here we are. Yes. This is the Grand Falloon of whom I spoke, who I wanted cross for, but it wanted to give me that stupid throwing diamond. I can't remember. Does the clock still affect you? Yes, and then I started a thought tangent and then got sidetracked by something else happening on screen. This boss appears fairly regularly throughout Castlevania after this game, and is later more conventionally renamed he is named Grand Falloon right now, but he gets renamed Legion, and that's just much easier to read. What did I just turn on? Displays enemy's name. On. Yeah, why aren't you telling me that's Grand Falloon? Alright, whatever. Just a relaxing Sunday doing laundry, organizing some Final Fantasy Magic cards. What a sentence that is. Final Fantasy Magic cards. Of course, I'm all for any reason to show FF6 some love, but I come from a very, very old time of Magic the Gathering. I might not be equipped properly for this. Oh, man, that was winding up and everything. Yeah, I gotta figure out something either about my equipment or we'll get this. Thanks, it was a fun playthrough. Yeah, it was fun to watch. Tried to help as best I could with the shine sparks. But some of them, as I said, are just diabolical. Alex says, also, question, is there an early game guns which shouldn't be underestimated in the RE4 remake? Red 9. I've been told the Red 9 is like secret sauce if you stick with it and power it up in the remake. Zap! Yeah, that's exactly it. He got me. And now I need a big, fat Hawaiian party guy shirt. Maybe too low of a level right now? It's possible. I think what I should have been able to do is come down here with... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I could theoretically fight my way back to get across, which would be tremendously useful. Well, I suppose only really for 2 strikes. Okay, you know what? That's not as helpful as I hoped for. But it is helpful nonetheless. It's not the total stop, but hey, it slows him down. That is incredibly helpful. That is not helpful. Alright, maybe the stopwatch is gonna be... Woohoo! Just coming in clutch there. That, not so much. Get down here, you hat-wearing wad. There we go. There we go. Just had to be a little bit more careful. No problem. Red 9 is sex. That's pretty much the authoritative take right there. From an RE4 make veteran. That Morph Ball Shine Spark was ridiculous. That one is challenging. Not really a bad gun in RE4 though. They all have their properties and they're all fun. Play Red 9 this time. Try Punisher next time. Also a fan of the Matilda and stock. Oh yeah, the Matilda and stock is just unsung suplex fuel. So good. I remember on my first play, I was all about the Blacktail. And once that was all souped up, it was a super, super satisfying weapon. I think Phil's right. There's not a real such a thing as a bad gun. Except maybe the Mind Thrower. But that's only the original. I have not used the remake one, so I can't speak ill or good of it yet. Mormagil, is that harder than the Starflail? Ooh, the Claymore is... Icebrand and Mormagil. Strong versus Holy. Okay. Let's then use Strong versus Holy. Let's use the Icebrand. Excellent job. Thank you, Winters. It took a little bit of careful positioning. I'm planning no upgrades. Ooh. You're going all in. That is going to be quite a mountain for you to climb. With no upgrades. I wish you the best. Farrell says, ah, the Ring of Ares. That's why you were taking massive damage. Yep, but it's also why I was dealing such great damage. It's real give and take. Glass cannon of things, but soon the Ring of Ares will just be nothing because the walk armor is going to be so full and juicy by the time I leave these catacombs, it's going to be the strongest armor in my arsenal. And as long as I keep up this rate of exploration, it's going to be the last piece of armor I end up wearing. I love all the Lord of the Rings references in this. There's references to so much in this game. It's like a factory of deep cuts. Alex says, I notice you don't need to kill everything. No, you can get by it. Sometimes. Sometimes you have to fight your way through, but, you know, sometimes discretion's the better part of valor. Where I'm at, there is no getting around. I must defeat this enemy at least once. That being the Garrador. God, those things are scary. Not as scary as Regenerators, but woof. I don't think so, Mr. Gravekeeper. Huh, it's stronger than the Star Flail, but it doesn't seem to hit as fast. Oh well, at least I still got the Jewel Knuckles. For absolute steamrolling punishment. Not as much as what a Chrysogrim would offer. Boy, I can't wait to get my hands on one of those again. Or two of them. You get away from here, you stupid... I'm gonna call you Diamondillium. The double Garradors made me fear them more than I should. Well, yeah, the two at once? It's difficult to manage the level of noise you're making versus the noise they're making, and try not to have both of them on you at the same time. Oh, he doesn't cower the way the... It's just the, I don't want the Bibooty dust. Doesn't cower like the skeleton boomerangs do. Yeah, we seem to have explored everything in this room. This part. They were awfully deaf. I bet they were. And I bet the second you hoped that that was true, that they suddenly knew exactly where you were. I would use that one rocket launcher the game gives you for a free on the double Garrador room. Fuck that room. That's... Yeah, actually, I can't see a real good reason to not do that. There we go. Now, once we get the Spike Breaker armor, that stuff won't be a big problem. Garnet. More saleable gems. You get that Diamondillium out of my hand. Why do you keep wanting to put it there? I lost a cross for that crap. Ooh, cross shurikens. That's almost a okay apology. There was a free RPG. Dang it. Yeah, it's probably like laying somewhere. I thought it was only in the OG. Okay. It is my understanding that most of the things from the OG like that are there, even if they are in like a different spot. But, like I said, I haven't finished the game. I'm only at my first Garrador. I could be so off base and wrong. Spike Breaker. There we go. Walk armor still good. Wait a minute. Stupid Ring of Ares and its defense 0. Google says it's not in the remake. I didn't notice. Oh, shit. Well, goddamn. Everybody's wrong today. Pardon me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all we need, and can do down here. Get that out of my face. 0 defense. Yeah, that's why I was getting so slapped around so thoroughly. The first Garrador is actually a joke. The game says to use stealth, but the room is hard to be stealthy in. That's what I noticed. Take that, every spike. You'll hurt nobody anymore. There, no more spikes for you. At least I can sleep happily knowing I didn't pass a free RPG. I totally feel you. It's just one of those like, oh man, what could have been. And thankfully it wasn't. Bible's silly. I want my frickin' cross back. But at least I know where to get it. These stupid things. Wait, what am I doing? Walking into fire. That is what I am doing. Unbelievable. You can stop anytime you want there, Mr. Gremlin. Almost out. All right. Now, where do I want to warp? I suppose I should go back. Yeah, it's got to be to the chapel. Alex says, oh yeah, is it just me, or does the El Gigante feel weird? I swear, Urias from RE8 was way more menacing and hard than them. Well, probably. I mean, El Gigante was more spectacle than challenge. Most of the time, anyway. When you're on professional mode, he's just a general, all-around problem. Speaking of general, all-around problems, good lord, somebody get me to a save point. Let's see. There's a nearest save point, but... Now where's this? You know what? There's tons of stuff to clear, and there's a save point right there. I'm pretty sure there's not even any enemies leading up to it. Aw, yeah, and I get to hear my favorite track again. Imagine if they had the ballista. Yeah, it's a whole different game then. Ah, sweet, sweet recovery. Now, we've already explored that. It's the out here that we need, and this might be a great place to get across. Axe, heart, Money. That's not a cross. Or imagine if they had a weird mutation exercising a large parasite, making them even more giant. Oh, so like Urobosing them. Ouroboros. That's the next evolution of the Plagas, right? That starts everything growing wildly out of control. Oh, they even had Gigantes in that game. Except you were being chased on a jeep. Lots of delicious, tasty upgrades. Gotta love all that max raising. Can't get out there. I require the map completion. Ah, perfect. There's the cross. Now we just keep it this time. Knew there was one of those out here. Frankfurter, pot roast, turkey. All kinds of great stuff. No power of sire? I must have already picked it up. Okay, now we don't go in there because we don't want to start the fight with Richter yet. Oh, no, you don't. Bastard. Oh, no, you don't. Don't. Alright, fine. You wanted this, you're getting it. Goddamn flea men. Too many. Too many flea men! Is that the power of mist? So now I can hold it, which means I can finally open that secret. Fire mail, hell yeah. In the castle entrance. Get the jewel sword. Listen. Goddamn thing. If memory serves, once we get to a later part, here is where the Sword of Dawn is hiding. And yes. From here, we'll go back to the entrance. And then we can get that jewel sword secret. And then we can just go all the way back through the marble gallery. Because that'll take us to the chapel, which is actually our next destination. Get up to the save. We don't want to lose any data by accident. Pearl says, every time I hear Ouroboros now, I think of Xenoblade 3. Did they have some kind of horrible virus in Xenoblade 3 like that? I've never actually played it before. I know you've been streaming it recently, I just haven't caught those. Yet, anyway. I usually catch things on the rewind. Right, we need to go down one more. Another thing I'm confused, was Resident Evil 4 always this short? I was barely 3 hours in, and I'm at chapter 14. I do feel like I've explored everything for the loot. It wasn't, I mean, it was an okay length. I wouldn't call it, like, a terribly long game. Amazing, I didn't fill that in. Oh, whatever. We can get that out on our next path through. 3 hours, and at chapter 14, it honestly sounds like you're cruising through that game. Have you been skipping cutscenes? Phil says, what? RE4 feels so long. 5 feels longer. But 4? I guess it feels long in the last act, but 4 just kind of blows by for me at such a pace that it never really feels like it stops moving. I was playing 2, but in 3, Ouroboros is a pretty cool character fusion transformation. Oh, okay. I get you now. 5 feels longer because it's torture. Yeah. You know what? I think I might have to concede that. Shut up! Hurry! Okay, now we pass through as Alucard. Then we pass through as a bat. Then we pass through as a mist. And then we pass through as a wolf. And I believe that opened the door. Look at that. Life apple, jewel sword. So now I can convert people into saleable gems if I find myself hard up for cash. Which, at 12,000, I don't really feel like I'm that put out. What else did we miss here? Nope, that was the last secret. So now it's back up through the marble gallery. I was just skipping the lame ones. I'm loyal to Lewis. Well then, I have good news for you. And so does Phil. Lewis gets more screen time, so you're in good luck. That's also very good for me to know. Not that I wasn't getting... I felt like he was getting chopped out or nothing. But to know he gets more? Good. Good. Gotta have Lewis. At least his fate was no longer sealed by the Plaga. Okay. By the time you're in Resident Evil 5, in that underground temple pushing mirrors and avoiding giant death beams, yes, that is so tedious, especially if you don't have, like, a friend playing with you. That AI is inelegant. I just want to check out completely. I mostly do. Like, looking back, I don't know how I went so achievement crazy on RE5. There's no reason for it, and I'm like, now I have no desire to ever play that game ever again. And I'm fine with that. I would rather play almost any other Resident Evil. Fairlax, what's your go-to RPG? I have 2 in this case. And that depends on how big a meal I want to have, basically. If I want to just bomb through something, it's Super Mario RPG. But if I want to take my time and have a buffet, it's Final Fantasy VI. Winter says Earthbound, and so does Phil. I might also have to say Earthbound. Can't blame either of you. That game is awesome. I'm about due for another play of that, actually. I already did this year's Mother 3 earlier, even though I kind of want to do it again, because I fucking love Mother 3 so much. Sweet, I forgot! That sword had those kind of attacks. Yeah, there's that. There's that room we need to get to. How big a meal I want to have. Well, you gotta plan when you sit down at the table, right? But those two RPGs, I have played more than any other RPGs, period, and I'm still playing them. Yes, Skill of Wolf. I think it's a shame they never ported that GBA collection of Earthbound 1 and Earthbound. It'd be so convenient to play the entire trilogy on the GBA. Even though, you know, Earthbound would probably not sound as good. I'm sure it would lose something in the translation. I know there's an English patch for it out there. I might give that a try sometime. To satisfy curiosity, of course. I played Mother 1 once. Never again! Did you also get stuck in the factory, surrounded by trucks and constantly afflicted with asthma? Because I know all about that kind of experience. Awful, awful time. I beat it, I might add. Ah, yes. But what a grind fest, absolutely. If you're not grinding, you ain't eating. That game requires so much grinding. I too share your sentiment of, okay, that was enough. I'm gonna stick with these two now. Because playing Earthbound on the Super Nintendo absolutely never gets old. And Mother 3 is one of those games that I play at least once a year. And would be such high contrast levels. Yeah, that's the other thing, too. Didn't we have a Mother 1 file going at some point? Yes. And that playthrough was derailed because we got stranded between the factory and a town with no curative items and mad trucks as far as the eye can see. So we were pretty thoroughly boned. I think we were even homesick. So, like, none of the attacks were landing. Just awful. Awful cycle. We're just like, nope, I think this is it. It'd be cool to get to try out what was completed for Earthbound 64 before it was scrapped. I 100% agree, Farrell. I would love to play that. Because I still have some old Nintendo powers that have screenshots. So, you know, a build did exist, and I would always be curious to play it. I think it'd be cool if we got like a remaster of Earthbound the same way we got Mario RPG, in which the game looks more like the strategy guide art. Like, imagine a full Earthbound remake, but it looks like the clay models of the player's guide and plays like those clay models and backgrounds. Don't change a fucking ounce of sound or anything else. Remember that Mother 4 fan game that vanished entirely even after they rebranded it? I do! I don't remember what they rebranded it as, but I do remember it existing, then rebranding, and then first it fell over, or first it started falling over, and then it fell over. I remember those NP screenshots. Yeah, so do I. Well, they're at the bottom of a box, but you know, they're there. I could go get them and have a look. But the Nintendo ninjas are real. They might actually be some of the deadliest ninjas on the planet. Alright. Now it's... yeah. Time for the chapel. So... back down this way. Phil says there's a YouTube video somebody made exactly like that. What Mother 3 would look like as clay models. Oh, fuck. I gotta see me that. I'll be looking that up after the stream. It'll probably even make me want to play Mother 3 again. Oh, no. Maybe change the homesickness and ultra-low inventory slots. Just a little bit more inventory would make a huge, huge difference. Huge! Homesickness is a genuine inconvenience, though. Maybe a little bit more time before, you know, because Ness is a big boy. I found they got a good balance for it in Mother 3. But, you know, if it hasn't already been clear, I fucking love the third game. It's my favorite one in the trilogy. They rebranded it as Oddity. I think it might be a vaporware scam. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Because truly the world does need more Earthbound. Now, let's get the rest of those stairs. What are you? Mystic Pendant. What do you do? Increases MP restoration rate. What about Bloodstone? Blood healing. Well, we're not fighting any bosses anymore, so let's take off the Ring of Ares. Break that out in emergencies. How about the walk armor? How delicious is it? Of course. It is my strongest armor. And this is why. All that glorious map completion. It's a good place to keep a shuriken. That's where I'd keep mine. Ankh of Life. I don't remember what that does. Maybe that's another one of those fairy usables. TNT. It's much more useless than you'd think. Does it, though? I feel like 49% of all indie games are Metroidvanias. 49% of them are quirky, Earthbound-inspired RPGs about depression. And 2% is other. Well, see, that's the thing. I want them to not be that. When I say the world needs more Earthbound, I mean more actual Earthbound. As you point out with Metroidvanias, there can be too much of a good thing, and then it ends up making you very fussy about what you play. I may not have lived that. Burned myself all the way out. But that's why stuff like UFO 50 is such a absolute triumphant breath of fresh air. Which is why it already has hundreds of hours from me. But to your point, I know of another one that kind of burned me out on that whole indie scene in that department, and that is in Citizens of Earth, in the quirky Earthbound inspired. I eventually just burned out on that game, and then that was it. That was the end of my tolerance for that. See, Look Outside is on your radar. Yeah, it was recommended to me. It's one of those things that it's one of those, okay, I'll give it a try. That seems to not immediately fall under things that I am trying to not play. Ah, shit! If nothing else, it might be a fun option to bust out. Ow! Right! Just for something different. Fuck you, spikes! All of you must go! Sure, you've had about 1 million people recommend to you Tumblr Tale because you like Earthbound, right? Oh, that's non-stop. Like, I actually think that game is in my Steam library. I have never once installed it, ever. But yes, lots of people. You like Earthbound? You're gonna love this.
So, did you find Richter?
I don't know if he's the one you're looking for, but I found a Belmont.
Really? So he is here.
But the one I saw was the enemy. He was the lord of this castle.
That can't be true. You're wrong. I must go now.
I must go now. This is just too freaky. Just having a little bit of a Leela moment. Alex asks, I'm curious, what's your most hated boss and enemy from the Resident Evil games that you've played until now? For me, it has to be Morau. He has too much health. And either flying enemy from RE8 or RE4. Hated boss and enemy. That's a toughie. Well, it might depend on what reason. Because, for example, I truly hate RE3 makes Nemesis, but that's because they made him to such an easily chumped character. You know, like, he's just so weak. And I hate that. As far as ones that I just really don't like fighting. Oh, for God's sake. No, I did like that fight. It was just hard. I was about to say Chief Mendez, but no, he's just tough, and sometimes he makes me salty. I don't hate him. God damn. I hate a particular spider in Resident Evil 2. That one just... Well, it's one of two of them in a just below the pump room where you have to go fight either Birkin or, you know, the mutant in its A form. And the spider's on its way there. You get poisoned there, you're poisoned for a very, very, very long time. It is hell. Phil says, might be Salazar on RE4 make now. God, he is hard. Oh, right, fucking Salazar. God, this is really tough. I was not a fan of the zombie baboons in Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. They were problems. They were tough to fight. They were tough to track. They were annoying little shits. Just annoying. Oh, wait. No. I think I've got it. I think I've got my most hated boss fight. That's going to be in Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, but you're jumping back and forth up a shaft, and chasing you are these two tyrants that are wearing like surfboard Oakley sunshades for some reason, and they're making these weird gorilla sounds, and it's just a tedious, annoying fight that doesn't make any goddamn sense, even within the context of Resident Evil. Phil says, I might also say Birkin Phase 2 and RE2 make, but that's only because of my attempts at S rank. Oh, yes, I'm well familiar with that. Well familiar with that. Chasing that S rank is one of the most, like, heroin hero things. Oh, but I just couldn't stop myself. My biggest threat to that was actually Mr. X in that last stretch after you fight Birkin and you're trying to escape the lab. He'd always seem to move his head just slightly as I was taking my shot. Bastard. Doesn't he almost die to a golden egg? Maybe? Salazar golden egg. God, I don't know why I'm suddenly having a hard time thinking about that. I mean, for some reason, I'm thinking about the Gnome King in The Wizard of Oz. He was allergic to eggs. But that's not connected to anything. That just popped in there. The boss is fine, although gimmicky. But when you're trying for that S rank and he comes to a point you haven't saved for about an hour and you're scared to death of dying, oh yeah, the sweaty palms, having to wipe constantly. Controller is just a piece of glass in your hands. There. Now we need to get the sacred glasses by taking these rings that we got from the Succubus Nightmare and Maria and wear them in a hidden passageway. But speaking of saving, if you fight him on professional mode without the golden egg cheese, he's a nightmare. And I did professional for my first play, so the egg cheat wasn't widespread yet. I can't wait to learn what this egg cheat is. Like, I remember a boss in RE4 to take a lot of damage from a golden egg. Oh, you just throw it at him. Okay. I'm gonna try to remember that. There. Saving, not warping. Then we warp. Yeah, I think Orlox's quarters is probably the closest destination. So off we go! That's not the right place. That's not it either. Come on, man. It's right there. Well, it says, yeah, you can find a golden egg in the village at night. It's worth a lot to sell, which is what I do with it. But if you hold on to it till Salazar, you can slap him in the face for a near instant death? I had no idea! That's fucking hilarious! Funny Easter egg cheat Capcom put in. I see what they did there. I'm gonna try that next time. I am gonna try that next time. Yeah. Go away. Go away. All right. Now, equip. Gold ring. Silver ring. There we go. Down you go. Always save. Gotta love free upgrades just sitting around. It seems to be an upside-down room. Like it's a clue of some kind.
Alucard?
That voice, Maria?
How the fuck did you even get in here?
Sorry, you were right. He has joined forces with the enemy.
So it was a Belmont after all.
But someone must be controlling him. Whatever we do, we can't harm Richter.
But he must be stopped.
I know. Well, here. Take these with you.
What are these?
If you wear these, you can see beyond evil illusions.
Thank you. 'Tis best then if you pray for the soul of your friend.
So now we'll be able to see the curse that afflicts him. I believe that is a complete castle. So off we go to fight Richter. Come on. And now just straight back up into Orlox's quarters. So we can just warp back. You should try the PS4 version sometime. They use the Saturn version of that scene. What's different about the Saturn version? I know the PS4 version uses that new dub that I don't care for very much, but what do you mean? Ah, come on! Listen. Punch you in your ass. There's a boss fight. Oh! Okay, that is different. I suppose that would make it worth trying. But I suppose for that part, I would need a PS4. No, that's not the gate. Should be two more. The Saturn Symphony of the Night had a lot more content than the PS1 version. I've heard that pretty consistently too, and I've never really experienced any of the extra content myself. You know, not owning a Saturn, and my experience with Saturn emulation has been inelegant, we'll say. So opportunities to try have been not exactly presenting themselves. That's not the right way. I think the last Sony Castlevania thing that I got was the Dracula X Chronicles for my PSP, which, as I understand, is functionally identical to the Requiem collection. Though, obviously, you know, it's made for a bigger screen than 4 inches, so I imagine there's much more care in the resolution department.
I've been waiting for you. Answer me. Why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula?
How about you answer me? Why is all of your art, Richter, depicting you with long hair, but your sprite is short hair? Dun dun dun!
Last for eternity.
There were 2 extra areas in the Saturn version. Same, but never had a chance to try out the Saturn one. Yeah, there's remnants of one that can be clearly seen in the castle lobby. Like, as soon as you come in, that big iron gate that shuts behind you, there's an area just like you can still see like a semi-solid line, and if you can force your way down in there, you can find a save point still in the PS1 version, and that's where the entrance to the garden is. But there's no garden, it just stops after that save point. But it's very, very difficult to get in there. All right, we need the glasses so we can do this correctly. Oh, wait, no, that's a headgear. Holy glasses. Then we don't need these rings anymore, so we'll get the mystic pendant. And then the bloodstone. Yeah, that's what we had. You fool! There we go.
You've defeated me, but all is not yet lost. The resurrection of Count Dracula is at hand.
Now, bad shit has to happen. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's one of those little known things that somebody in a rare moment of playground lucidity wasn't lying their ass off to me. Once I was able to wedge myself down in there, I was like, oh, how do I do more? Then I spent like the next 3 months testing every single boundary I could in this game. Freeman, you fool! You've started the experiment! Moonstone. Yep, we got there. Thank you, Winters. Shaft.
No. What have I done?
Thank you, Alucard, for saving Richter.
Alucard?
Seriously, why is his hair long for his portrait but short for his sprite?
Alongside my ancestor,
That's
Trevor
bugging me
Belmont?
now.
That was over 300 years ago.
No time for small talk. Is the person who controlled you in that castle over there?
Yes, I think so.
Maria, take Richter and leave here. I'll finish this.
All right. Good luck.
Now, shit's gonna get real. The inverted castle is full of hell. No, I mean you have the Bloodstone equipped, not the Moonstone. Oh! Thank you. That's a very different thing, indeed. At least we still got all full hearts. Zircon. Portrait looks nothing like it. Yeah, it's something, isn't it? Royal Cloak. Ooh. Ooh, yep, that's an increase. Oh, I like those colors. Just hammering the upgrades to me. Bastard sword. How good is the bastard? Bastard is not sufficient. Which it says, my only gripe about this game is how the inverted castle only uses a few tracks. I'm inclined to agree with you. The final toccata, or finale toccata, however you want to pronounce that, that track that we're going to hear through the majority of the inverted castle, it's a bit much, I think. Could have used some more music, or hell, just like keep the music the same, but so it could have a little bit more variety, because, you know, in the right side up castle, there's no music redundancies. Would have been so easy to keep. But, you know, they're lucky that that music is so damn good. This better be the best tasting beer in the world. You got lucky. Okay, I'm very sure that the Sword of Dawn is in this courtyard, so we're not leaving here until we find it. Love that violin sting. And that organ. Just menacing its way in. The Iron Ball is not nearly as useful as the Sword of Dawn. Sadly. We'll get you. Yes, there's the Sword of Dawn. All right, let's... Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love that look, that sound. Honestly, the speed for a two-handed sword is really, really something, too. Of course, we got to be sure to fill out this whole square, this whole place. Keep our walk armor nice and strong. Stay away from the angry tombstones. Wrong button there. Pardon me. And then this last column. You can also summon warriors with that sword. Oh, I know. It's one of my favorite things about this sword. I was actually explaining the sword before we found it. Winters had brought it up because I was talking about other gear. That was really cool. I was like, oh, there's this thing. You can get people with it. It's cool. But now we've got it. It's got the looks and the power. Now, you can do one at a time, right? But sometimes it summons a bunch of them. Like, it's just rad. Love this sword. Hadouken maneuver, I believe. Yep, that is not the only sword that uses that command either. Firebrand, the Icebrand, many magic swords have a Hadouken style ability. This just happens to be the coolest. To me, anyway. Cool! Says Phil. Okay, now that's gonna take me to the clock tower. I don't know that I want to fuck with the clock tower yet. just putting that out there. But... ooh, what's this? Lightning mail. Ooh, that would be useful to pair with the barrel circlet, which would make me unkillable to Galamoth. One will absorb lightning damage, the circlet will heal me from lightning damage, and all of Galamoth's attacks are lightning based, so you can just stand there and he'll never be able to kill you. Very OP thing you can do. I see. Come on, uncurse. I know it doesn't take that long. So. There. Just stay out of the range. Good enough. I can do that. They don't seem to give a shit. And I'm fine with that. I'll just take the XP. Because now I'm back at a point where I actually really need XP. And the bastards that are going to be lurking in here are big hit point vacuums. Ah, I believe we finally hit Winter's favorite song. For some reason, I forgot that this was also here instead of I had previously thought that it was just in the Lost Library in the Inverted. I totally forgot it was also in the Chapel Inverted. Get him! That is one obliterated panther. Nice. Oh, boss time again? Ah, Medusa! No, you're dead. There's a difference between being petrified and dead. The heart of Vlad. I think it's the most realistic depiction of cats ever. Just suddenly converting into liquid. So much goons. Talwar? Who cares? I've got the fucking Sword of Dawn. Fine. Take that. Kindly get the fuck out of my way. Pave the way. There you go. There you go. Loyal sword people. Hell yes. Now, are we getting... Yeah, we're getting all that glorious map completion, making our armor tougher and tougher and tougher. Almost said softer. That wouldn't make any damn sense. Sniper of Goth. I forget what they're called now, and as they appear in, like, the last Vania styled like this. Order of Ecclesia, possibly even Portrait of Ruin. No. Spikebreaker. I was still right to be wearing that. I mean, yes, I planned to be wearing it. I did not just forget to re-equip my better armor. No, we don't do that. Ooh, that's a good cloak. There we go. That's some spicy good defense. I think I get my ability to become a poison gas cloud in the inverted library. Of course, I would have had to go the opposite direction for that, but... we'll get there. We'll get to all the places. I had mentioned earlier there was a glitch, commonly referred to as the Sword Brothers glitch, that allows you to break your way out of bounds, perhaps get a bit more map percentage than was originally possible. Now here is where it gets actually dangerous to do, because if you fall down there where there's no ground, you just, well, you hit the bottom of the screen, but since this game doesn't have like a failure condition for bottomless holes the way conventional platformers do, you're stuck at the bottom of the screen. That's it. And since you're in the middle of a recovery animation, you can't move. You're stuck. You're done. You're not getting any more collection. But, you know, I guess that's what you get for going out of bounds. Thankfully, they only take one hit from this awesome sword. Let's see what that was. Was that Path to the Colosseum or the elevator? Phil, what the fuck is Salazar's moveset? It's the kind that doesn't like you. I suppose there's a secret here I could get. Why are the pants not dead? How much hit points do pants have? Man! There we go. So I knew the thing is around here somewhere. Heart refresh. Useful. Especially if I plan on leaning on the cross. So many pants. His moveset is jumping around the arena and spamming you with undodgeable projectiles from places you can see. You can't even see him. He sounds like a fun guy. Sounds like a, you know, short... Who's that short character? Oddjob. Sounds like the AI picked Oddjob. And now you're paying the price. They only do like 1 contact damage. It's crazy. Dude has a whole army to fight the pants. I need it, clearly. They take a beating. Says, I wish I had a tip for you, but he came first to mind when he asked you about bosses you hate. Yeah. That's true. And if he's like that, I totally understand your distaste of him. I think we got him. dum dum dum. Squeak. Boss time? Boss time? Oh, it's the mummy! Get him! That got him. Bless the Sword of Dawn. Soon to be replaced by the Chrysogrim. Which leaves all things devastated. I thought we were gonna fight Frankenstein here, but I just remembered he's at the God, what is that area? The castle wall. Those are some stinky looking particle effects. Aren't they great? Like, they're the kind that I know how the air would taste if those were within breathing range. Thankfully, they're not. They look awful. Just awful. Like a fart with physical texture. Blech. All hail the Goon Squad! Just fucking get him! Now who is Legion? That is so many arrows? Just enough, though. I mean, we gotta make sure, the way they made sure with Boromir. Wasn't there a save point in this room? Because I think we are in need of one. I suppose I could clear out most of this room, or try, while we're doing this. Dan, it's 2025 and goon has a different meaning. I know, and I hate it. I miss being able to use that word normally. Queen of the Harpies! Queen of the Harpies! Here's your crown, your majesty! We are wiping those fucking harpies out, though. That was almost just a right transform directly into its mouth. No, no. All right, now we've got that filled in. I'm pretty sure that save point was over this way. Like how the fountain still works in reverse. Doesn't change to blood on this side, though. No, we're going in. We're not taking that fall for an answer. I think my walk armor might actually be better than the Alucard mail. Nope, it's not. Yet. Wait, that's Spike Breaker, you Dan. Alright, Alucard. Ooh, it's getting closer. Let's put on the Alucard mail then, just for now. No shock for me! Oh yeah! Let's go. Use the Broken Butterfly as a last hit. Forgot I have it. Broken Butterfly is so good. And that's such a cool name for it, honestly. Phil says, love the Broken Butterfly. That's a great option to finish with. I agree. 100% agree. Try professional next time. The SMG low-key did a lot more than I thought. Oh man, no sleeping on the SMG. Especially once you got it like with a stock. So good. So good. And stays a workhorse for me till like the end of the game. Give me my fucking cross back. Ah! Ah! These fucking skeletons. That was not even a little bit what I wanted to do. Oh my God, go away. Really? I'm not even wearing the Ring of Ares. I have defense. How are these skeletons whomping my ass so hard? Oh, and I will lose my sanity. I don't doubt that. With what you're doing with no upgrades, that's crazy talk. That is not the save point I hoped you were. I suppose I didn't save that long ago. You know what? I'm a brilliant genius, so I'm going to use this to go right back to the keep where there is no enemies spawned and use its save point. Phil says, TMP is mid. In the late game, New Game Plus, you can get an MP5, superior submachine option. Fair enough, but on the first play, TMP is a valuable tool. But you're right, the MP5 just shits on it. Superior range, better clip size, more adaptability. That's not the right way. There we go. Huh. Almost lost a bit of progress there. Not bad. Though speaking of progress, we have now reached the end of the time that we have available to stream today. I think we made a great deal of progress in this game. And, you know, in the 7 DLC, we basically capped everything that I wanted to cover into it. Played a little bit of Ethan Must Die, sampled all the VHS tapes from banned footage. Got really into at least one of those modes. I know there's still some other unplayed ones like the Chris Redfield mode that I'll check out at some point. But we'll see. We still got a lot more of this game left to do. We got a whole other inverted castle. We've got Critsigrims to find. Other horrible things. Phil says, and it's almost Christmas, so you can ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun. Well, that's the best reason to do it. That's the best reason to do that at any time. Like, no matter what game you're playing, whether it's Resident Evil or Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, Hand Grenades. That's the best time to be clutching that MP5. Ho, ho, ho. All right, I want to thank you all for sitting down and joining me for some game time. The one with Chris Redfield is the meat and potatoes. Okay. Fun stream, man. Hey, thanks, Farrell. I appreciate that. be sure to join us next week, where either we'll do a little bit more RE7 DLC, but you know what? No, we're not. We got something else we're gonna have to get to. And yeah, I actually don't feel like dropping any clues yet. I might make a post on the YouTube channel throughout the week, but we will be starting something new. It's not going to be RE8 yet. We're going to do one more game first before we get to Resident Evil 8. And then we will either be continuing this or Resident Evil 3 as we work through them, so we can, clear off those ones that we bit off in October. Alex says, well, have a nice rest of your day, everyone. Thank you, Alex. I most certainly will, and I hope you all do too. All right, everybody. That's it for me for this week. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week. What we're going to be playing, you're just going to have to tune in to find out. Farrell asked, is it the pain box? No, it won't be the pain box. It will be painful, but it won't be the pain box. Which we'll come back to. We'll come back to the pain box, I promise. I remember exactly where I left off in that ghost house with that one skeleton key I couldn't find. But we'll get back to him. I owe him that much. All right, everybody. We're out for real now this time. See you next week. Hope to see you then. And until then,